at least as the game goes on. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That it all depends on the start for RL. If it doesn't go as well as you'd want it against the LC, which quite frankly, I don't see it being a hard lane for RL. So that point probably doesn't stand. But if he does get bullied out from early fights, that's where the hurt might start to come in. And I think you still have the solutions here.
It's for melee strength heroes. I don't see a possible way where Timbersaw doesn't just own these fights. But I'm ready to see what the answers are from CDUB. As I said, they can burst him. They can throw the whole kitchen sink at him and bring him down. That's what their draft does very, very well. So we'll see if they're able to do that. The fight breaks out here. They're just targeting down Feeling, and they are going to be able to kill him off. So Double King getting first blood on the Wraith King. Definitely a nice start for them. They also do a lot of damage to RRL, which might give the Legion the start she needs in the middle lane.
Yeah. Duster is just trading to pick up that rune and doesn't manage to find it either.
Doesn't find the rune, doesn't really trade very effectively. Not an ideal situation. So, they suffer a little bit in response, but still going to be a huge win for them coming out for the first 0 minute.
Yeah. Even rune trade anyway. First blood gold going their way. A little bit of aggression down bot still.
Yeah, the level 1 meld just doing so much damage to Sanctified. Feeling trying to make advantage of that and chase him down, but he might actually have enough. The meld, it lasts so long. Jesus. I don't know if meld lasted that long. That was ages. Oh, it doesn't scale up. Okay, well, that makes sense. 12 seconds of armor reduction gives Feeling the kill. Easy peasy. Now, another glimpse. I've seen this one before. Another kill in the bottom lane. Okay, and all right, what a start.
Yeah, they're really utilizing this TA very nicely with the minus armor. You don't have that much durability either on your Alk there. It's already off to a strong start on the side. And this is a rough one. Like, you do get first blood in CDUB, it feels good. But that aggression we mentioned from Ant's lineup, it's to have this kind of start for Argus, it doesn't feel good for Isla. Like, as an Alk, you can recover pretty well. But I don't know what you really do with Alchemist plus Skyrat Mage in lane. Like, it's not directly synergistic with, say, the Acid Spray minus armor. You have slows to keep them in Acid Spray, but it's not one of those lanes where it feels like the Alk can play hyper-aggressive here.
Yeah. I don't know. This is... it's really rough as well, because when you get 1 kill, it's like, kind of, you can shrug it off. You can just be, all right, whatever, we fucked up. You get 2, and then they're level 2, like, before they should be. And that is very hard to play into, but Feeling is actually overextended massively here, so he is going to get punished for it. Sanctified trying to get a follow-up kill onto the Templar Assassin, who does actually get a refraction pop by the creeps. He could maybe chase it down here. Yes, he can. He should get his kill. The sentry's down, but the wand, it comes out from Argius. Argius, he's not going to live. Oh my goodness, it comes back the other way. What is this series, John? What are we watching?
I don't know. Feeling gets the last hit on Isla as Isla tries to reset. So it's not the best reset in the world. Feeling gets some EXP. Hits level 3 now.
Yeah, and he's got a glimpse available. Back you go, sonny boy. Into the arms of Argius, who is going to get the minus armor. And now it's a double kill going back in. Oh, hold. Hold. All right. I lied to you. I lied to your faces, viewers. And I don't feel bad about it one bit.
He bails out. Should be able to get a reset on the deny. But man, that bot lane is so much more aggressive than I expected to come out here for the side of Ant. Like, Argus just been doing a great job lining up the melds without the Psyblades. Like, his range is pretty atrocious, but you know, you're up against a melee hero, you can just kind of get that done. And just start running up top. They're trying to be aggressive onto Ush.
Ruh-roh.
And Ush is just stealing away the Lotus. But Double King's committing hard. Like, he's walking away from his creep wave. He's probably going to miss that 1 hit. Nah, he gets it in the end. But this is still a fairly strong start for Double King. The one thing you are getting here, though, is stable EXP for Warden. Like, imagine if Warden can just access that Twin Gate at some point, roll down bot, and keep the ganks going, fully suppressing Isla on Yalk. It becomes so slow on the side of CDUB.
And there it is. Indeed, another glimpse meld combination coming out from Ant. Secures them yet another kill. This Scarif cannot go anywhere near that. And that is the flip side of Scarif. Oh my god. Argius going really, really deep here onto Ayla. Ayla turning around, has the stun, throws it out, feeling he's going to get stunned under the tower, so might just end up dropping here. He needs to aggro switch and doesn't seem to be able to do so, so he's just going to end up dropping. Ayla gets a kill, but Ayla does die. And now, just Victor returns back to the lane elsewhere on the map. Warden dies. Duster and Double King, the double Ds, getting it done.
Yeah. They clean up. They find some punishment on the side. CDUB, but they still manage to at least trade a little bit. And slowing down Isla is still a pretty good feeling. They'll try, though, to get aggressive here.
Certainly will. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Argius is not gonna die. And with the rotation in from Warden, they can actually punish Isla once again. Another death for the Alchemist. 1 and 4 at 4 minutes into the game. That's just not good. That's not good at all. How's our mid lane going, by the way? We've, I mean, it's a slight advantage for RL, but not like an absolute smackdown or anything. I think Mark's been able to hold his own.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Sanctified?
Yep. Yep.
Pinned down again.
Do you know what they did there? You'll be very surprised.
What? Well, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me try to guess. Was it a glimpse in a meld?
Oh, it was a glimpse in a melt. How do you know? I think John's cheating.
I can't believe it. We haven't seen that in that lane 3 or 4 times before. The combination's been working out really well for the side of Ant.
All right, let's see though. Duster, he's coming in. There's the hammer to try and get through the refraction. Easily able to do so as Argius goes down. Jesus. All right, another death down at the bottom lane. What the hell is going on? Meanwhile, over towards mid, Mark just kind of outpacing, feeling an RRL, but RRL is able to close the gap. He needs a little bit more mana with the wand. He's able to find it, and that's going to be a kill onto Mark. Massive, massive rotation in the middle lane there. That's going to grab, and the middle lane kill. Amazing when things happen outside of bottom lane. I don't like it. Let's go back to bot. Blood, 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 blood. Argius looking at Isla once again. Sanctified, Duster. Here to back him up. Oh yeah, more rotations down to the bottom lane. Let's go. There comes a glimpse immediately jumping onto the Alchemist. The Alchemist with the 2-man stun though. Duster trying to follow up as well. No mana for the Starbreaker. That's so sad. In comes the duel though. The rotation in from the mid lane. Argius is going to fall. Now they move across towards Warden as well. Warden getting run down. Silence run down. He doesn't have the roll though for another 3 seconds. They're just going to chase him under the tower and the bonk comes in from Duster. That big old Starbreaker finishes the job onto the Spirit. And once again, CDUB just bring the numbers. But whilst this is happening, RL has been able to just hold these creeps behind the tower. And this is going to be a ton of damage coming through. It is siege creep time, so you got to keep an eye on that. Ush, stunned up. He's chilling though. So over towards mid we're looking actually here as Mark trying to do something about this. But all he can really do is drag the creeps back and hopefully target the siege creep down. But actually RL's just tanking it. And no one's coming across for this, so this is actually just going to be the middle tier 1 tower going down at 7 minutes. Meanwhile, Alchemist is going to fall. Warden's going to die in response down at bottom. How dare I talk about something other than the bottom lane? This bottom lane is like a puppy. You stop looking at it for 5 seconds and it just starts pouring at you. Please. Me. Don't talk about mid lane. Don't talk about top lane. Talk about me. Kind of toxic. Kind of manipulative lane. So over towards top, Double King has just been left completely alone. So is Ush. And they're both just kind of, I won't say broing down. Double King's definitely abusing him a little bit. Obviously just has way more sustain, way more damage. Doom, a bit of pants here at this point in the game. Kind of just has to chill out. Wait. Use these devours to stay ahead on gold. Which, you know, he's not ahead, but he is getting decent gold from this lane. But yeah, Double King is definitely very, very happy about everything that's going on down here at bottom. Even if the TA is getting a decent amount from it. She's certainly not as rich as him. Let's see what these stacks can do, though. Argius. Doesn't have a double damage, actually. It just looks very blue because of the shield and the clarity. Another roll in, into the mid lane. Oh, doesn't quite connect on Mark here. Is that going to make a difference? Yes, it is, because he's able to get off the pressy attack and then sprint away at 1 billion miles an hour. Also want to mention here as well, very interesting build from the Legion Commander. This isn't something you'll see very often, but Mark's actually opted to skip Moment of Courage and take 2 points instead. in his press the attack. The reason for that is, well, you're playing against the Terrorblade. You don't actually want to press the moment of courage on a. Sorry, did I say Terrorblade? I meant Timbersaw. You don't want to press that spell on the Timbersaw because he's just going to get 2 stacks of reactive armor. Your healing is not going to be a lot because he's got so much armor up. It's just not ideal. So, opts for a bit of speed and survivability here instead.
Hello. Did I miss too much?
You'll never guess what. There was more action on the bottom lane. You'd be surprised to hear.
Oh, don't tell me. Was it a more glimpse and melts?
It sure was. There's also a kill onto the TA for once, so... You know, things were happening. Middle tower dropped as well.
It's still a lot of back and forth. Love seeing this as
a little bit of, a bit of lack of communication there. It doesn't seem to make a difference, so they'll be able to bring down one. Duster might be going down in a second, but they'll turn around and kill off the Warden before he does die. Double King back to life. They're still holding this Doom at the moment, and it looks like he's just going to hold it for the entire fight. Doesn't get the chance to use it on the respawn Double King, so that'll be that. Oh, that's why he keeps picking Wraith King, because he's Double King, and he comes back to life. Yeah. There's 2 of him.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Double King.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves this hero. And they're still punishing really well on the side of hand. I mean, this game has felt pretty atrocious for Isla. When your Alchemist is the bottom network core, you know there are issues here for the side of CDUB. Their path to recovery is going to be a tough one. I mean, you talked about the strengths of the Timbersaw. RRL just rips through every single one of them so well. Again, they had a bit of a shot if they managed to suppress RL. Didn't really happen. Mid lane matchup was solid enough. And the recovery path here for CDUB is... It's hard to see that recovery path. I mean, I'm trying to work out ways. They'll find bot. Or just push bot a bit.
Well, die bot. Alright. Interesting gank onto the Templar Assassin. Doesn't work out at all. I mean... I guess that's what happens when someone knows their hero limits this well. You see 2 heroes running at them, you go, okay, these 2 cannot kill me. I can kill one of them. Easy peasy. It's a big mistake.
It's just... You get to clean up, and you're feeding more onto Argus. Already number 1 in net worth. His Desolator 1 part away. They do find feeling at the least. Maybe?
Mystic Flare. Top lane. RRL is on the run. The stun is there. Oh, beautiful timing. Okay. Beautiful timing from Isla. And that's going to bring them down the Timbersaw. That's what we were talking about. Not quite in that order, but with a stun plus a Mystic Flare, Timbersaw can still die. And he did go... Oh, he didn't finish the hood either. He's actually just straight up got a cloak. Would have really liked to see him grab up a Eternal Shroud or something this game, but yeah. Cloak not going to be enough to help him survive through the onslaught of Sanctified.
They've got some answers, like the Spirit Vessel coming through from Isla does mitigate some of that healing coming out. Softens up the Timbersaw quite a fair bit. It does allow them to get some control there. Still have some fight. Isla? Ooh. Boink. It's always fun watching that when the Earth Spirit rolls out and projectiles just chase. Like, damn, they've got some homing tech here. Keep that.
Yeah, a little bit of another duel comes in. Once again, on the Mystic Flare onto the same target. The Timbersaw, he's not going to go down in time, though, and actually might be able to get himself away. He's got a haste rune. He's just going to go down peace on out, but the Scar's able to cast 2 arcane bolts upon him, but the regen coming out from the reactive armor will mean he survives this time. Feeling, going to get stunned up by Isla. Isla just trying to bring him down with a couple of right clicks, and Mark comes off to secure that kill. Warden, oh, actually, going to be able to dodge that one with the Tumbler's Toy, but straight into the Doom. The ultimate comes out immediately from the Dawnbreaker Duster, trying to help Mark survive, but it's not enough. The combination just isn't there. Isla just going to get annihilated. Yes, turns up to the fight, immediately gets up a double kill. Who doubted this TA? I certainly did, and I'm completely wrong as they keep chasing forward for more. Nice little stun out onto the Wraith King. He does have the reincarnation, so even if he dies under the tower here, he will be all right. Argus, oh, he's hungry, but he's not catching anything. Double King will get away, but wow, big fight for Ant.
Yeah, this is just so hard to recover from for CDUB. Again, with this lineup, I'm not sure what you're looking for in terms of timings. Like, what do you expect from Isla right now on that Alk? Still, again, not bottom net worth core, but just barely above the bottom net worth on Mark. You've got the blink on Mark at least to start these fights, but there's no output just yet, no points in the moment of courage. You've got the Radiance up and running for Double King, and that could help the cause. It provides you a little bit of burn for the TA refraction. A mischance in the TA is pretty big as well for survivability. I'll try to smoke up here on the side of CDUB at least and try to go hunting, but no one's down bot. All north side, the side of Hampton. I mean, TA with Deso already. Argus going for the point next. They get a good scan.
This combo will never not work, though. Except when it's onto a Timber Saw. But if you don't want to support it, it's going to get you a kill every time. So, dual Mystic Flare, easy pick up onto the Warden. And they're going to try and use this to get a tier 1 down at bottom, but they're pushing tier 2 at top. And this is a Deso TA, so this isn't slow, that's for sure. Wow.
It's fairly quick as well. Like, it's not going to take too long. And they should be able to trade fairly even. They will force out. Oh, the glimpse back. Never feels good.
Now, RGS really forcing this one at the moment. The TPs are coming. There's Low, he's got the blink, he's got the stun, he lands it before the holiday refraction comes out. TA just gets torn to shreds. It was a greedy move and it does get punished. RRL trying to get a bit of retribution coming in, but feeling the one who's going to eat the dirt first. RRL all out of mana, running out of health. He actually went for a Glimmer Cape as well, but let's see if that helps him out here. Glimmer out, trying to keep himself healthy, but there's the dust coming on through from Sanctified, and there's a Mystic Flare to finish the job. Duster gets a kill, and it is a harsh punishment on the side of CDUB.
That's what we need to see. Just isolate the Timber Saw, get that instant burst on the TA before any protective items are up. So again, Argus just forcing way too hard to try and find that objective. Pays for it with his life. And for the side of hand, I mean, where they shine is still when they're grouped up, when they can kind of take these big team fights. You're at the point where we've seen this from Dooms. Ush's just farming. They'll go try.
Yeah, it's a questionable play from Warden there as he rolls in only to get immediately dueled up, and RGS might even be in some trouble as well. The glimpse is there. They don't really have any more couch in the tank, so the TA is going to be alright, but yeah, I mean, honestly, like, that fight was made possible by the initiation angle from Isla there. Big recovery from Isla this game as he manages to move across the map very creatively, but also a little bit of like 7.33 not really being ingrained to a lot of players' minds just yet. TA felt like because they had the two angles, you used to be able to push that. Oh my god, getting caught again. How do you let this happen? 5 heroes just running up the top lane non-stop from CDUB is turning this game around some way, somehow. They're making it happen, and there's a Skywrath damage coming on through, dominating on the Skywrath. And this is what I'm talking about, man. This hero, it deals a ridiculous amount of damage. If you just let it cast its spells on you, then it's easy fights, man. Easy fights.
Yeah, it's shaping up. The magic damage is still carrying them through until we see some BKBs come out on the side of Ant. This will just continue to be relevant. And with the build up here on Argus, he is, again, still opting for the blink. But where Ant shines is when they initiate first. I think your counter initiation at this point, it's a little bit shaky just because you lose your TA way too quickly. Unless you kind of bait out your Timber Saw first or you Doom first, you're okay with that. So I want to see the side of Ant just try and run and force these fights once this blink is up on Argus. Use your big beefier cores up front to bait out all of this damage first and give Argus just a cleanup job, which he can do fantastically. For the side of CDUB, I mean, they've got the Phylactery
I love
on
this.
Sanctified. It's a ton of damage out from him.
Yeah, and they buffed it in this B patch as well, so it now does 150 damage instead of 125. It lasts for 1.5 seconds, which means the damage tick does more. And, sorry, it's just a slow, it's not a damage tick, but it's so good because it's on a 6-second cooldown, and you're constantly spamming targeted spells, Arcane Bolt and Ancient Seal as his hero, so it is really powerful. I love it a lot. Let's see if they can make it happen here onto RGS. Ooh, they're trying to close the gap. The vision's not there, though. RGS does get away just about, but still, is RGS actually going for a Daedalus here? Really? Okay, well, guess he's dead. Oh, no, he's not dead. Beautiful Static Storm catching out the Skywrath Mage here. All right, every time I hit on this TA, I'm just getting completely turned inside out. But talking about getting turned inside out, they've actually dueled out the TA. They need a little bit more if they want to turn around this duel, and it is going to be the Mark dying, but not before the duel ends. Oh, sorry, after the duel ends. So RGS will fall as well. Both dead. Isla's gone as well. Double King and Duster, the only two left to fight, but they are a pretty strong duo right now. 2 on 3. I think they're feeling okay about it. Never mind, RRL finds the Duster on the back, and now Double King's all alone. I think we're alone now. Tries to jump in on RRL, he's tanky. And he is tanky enough to survive it. First death on the Wraith King. Coming back for round 2. Ush going to be the target, but the Doom is there and available. So I'm just going to use that to slow him down as a trap as well. Moving at like 1 unit an hour. But okay. Doom kind of wasted. I mean, John, what happened in that fight? Break it on down for me.
Chaos. Like, they whiffed their initiation on Argus with a self-stun coming out from Isla. It was a pretty tricky angle to find, but then the fight just evolved from there, with the Static Storm catching them out under that area while they had control on the side of Ant. It's a fight where, again, they look pretty solid because they weren't necessarily counter-initiating. They bait in and then initiate on top of that. I don't think that really counts as initiation coming out from CDUB. So they managed to create this circumstance for themselves where they forced this this running in from CDUB, which just isn't ideal. They do still manage to find a couple of kills for CDUB though. Isla.
Such weird builds coming out of this game as well. I thought it'd go Eternal Shroud on the Timbersaw, but instead goes for the Glimmer Cape, so just doubling down on the magic resistance here as he is getting controlled up pretty heavily. It is Isla that goes down for the TA Ultra on the map, but over towards mid, the Mystic Flare is coming down. It's not doing nearly enough damage though. They're able to just tank it up together. RRL still trying to fight up into this one. He's got 15 sticks to work with, but that's about it and won't get a chance to get it off as damage comes in from Sanctified. Once again, the Skywrath Mage just doing so much work against this Timbersaw. I don't know what they do. Like, I really don't. Skywrath is just doing too much against the Timber. It's the one thing stopping him from just 1v5ing this game.
Yeah, I think you just jump the Sky. Again, this is what I've been saying for Ant. Like, if they get the initiation first, if they jump the back line, then these issues disappear. Maybe you just force yourself to get a BKB on your Tim, or at the very least, a Lotus Orb to dispel.
Someone needs a BKB this game. It's crazy to me. The
right?
TA and Templar, and the Timbersaw and the Doom, none of them have a BKB. Like that is wild. And admittedly, it's not amazing versus Skywrath Mage anymore. It is only 50% damage reduction on the spells, but it doesn't mean you can't be Ancient Sealed, so that's going to reduce that at least.
It takes quite a fair bit out. I mean, I get this mindset at the least from Argus, just instant burst. You know, damage is probably one way. If they're dead, then you can't get debuffed. So that's one way to kind of look at it here for Argus. We'll see if it pays off. Again, they need to jump the back. They're going to smoke up. I'd say they need to jump the back. You don't even have a blink on Argus, so finding the back lines maybe a little bit more complicated. Lines are drawn towards Duster. Not the biggest kill in the world, but they don't have forward vision here either, just kind of spot guessing.
Yeah, they're looking. Checking the hot tub as always. No one around though. No one to be found. No one checking that creep avenue, as I've come to lovingly call it, because Aaron Roche, exactly right, taking down the big boy. Skywrath just blasting in those arcane bolts from the sidelines as well. And that is going to be an Aegis into the hands of Mark. Wraith King has Reincarnation. Mark has an Aegis. Isla has to be the target of the next fight, but he's got some items on him. He's got a Crimson Guard. He's got a Spirit Vessel. An Alchemist always going to find some items in a game. Always going to get that net worth up. That group was great, so...
It's a little bit interesting that you go for the Crimson Guard and Yalk. Again, this guy tends to be an aura hero now, sometimes, when the game demands it, but the Guard is a bit strange purely because you don't have the highest strength gain. Maybe down the line we get some stat items up, it starts to feel a little bit better. We'll see. They find a bot tier 2 off the back of that. Oh, well, they apply some pressure on the bot tier 2 at the very least right now on the side of CDUB. They're being really patient. Still a 2k lead standing, 22 to 22. Smoke out here.
CDUB. Waiting to see if someone approaches this high ground. The double steps. It's a great area to hold, but only if the enemy team wants to play in that area. And considering you just took Roche, that does seem unusual, so feeling it's going to go down. That'll be another dual win. 66 damage up on the Legion Commander, and they can turn this into a tier 1 tower in the middle lane at the very least. Kind of surprised it's still sitting up here and on full HP as well, but also forget, CDUB have got a pretty terrible laning phase. In fact, they got pretty much destroyed. But they came back after that series of events up in the top lane, and now, well, they're able to get a bit of damage back, including an Aegis on themselves.
Yep. They get Blessed DD Rune as well if they do manage to spot that. And I believe Mark does see it with his bottle. So more output for him in the next duel. And they're just now consistently applying that pressure, whereas for Ant, I mean, they're queuing up some BKBs now. That's what Argus is going for next. And that's what Ush is trying to go for next as well. But until those BKBs are up, the openings are there for CDUB. And they'll just keep pressing that advantage. So just look for all the outer towers they can, shrink the map as much as possible. I don't know if you're safe to go high ground. It does feel a little bit risky, although just shoving in every wave.
It's good. Let's see. Jump in. Doom. They have found Isla. I mean, we did mention that Isla is probably the best target you can possibly go for, and the Glint's back as well. Gonna put him in small position, but now comes the ultimate from the Dawnbreaker as the duel comes out of the backlines onto the Templar Assassin TA. She has so much damage, though, and she's not actually dropping that low. Finally, they get through the fraction that they will kill him off, but now they get a return kill onto the Wraith King. Wraith King coming back to life and looking for the target. RRL, he can't carry this fight by himself, but he's out of course to help him out, so it's gonna be more death on the side of Ant. And this might well be high ground. One lane of Rax, possibly even more, as they look over towards Feeling. Feeling just taking a step too far forward, really wanted to get the Thunderstrike off on the creep wave, but unfortunately will end up going down as well. I'm amazed they went for that fight. They could have just sat on their high ground and defended. I think that would have worked out okay, you know, especially if Sanctified shows himself in the back, but going for the Alchemist is just crazy. Like, they have the heals from the Dawnbreaker, they have Skywrath as well to just punish anyone who steps too far forward. And John, there's still no freaking BKBs, man.
Yeah, I mean, this greed, it's just punished. Like, the fact that you went for the full Daedalus before a BKB, I can't really fault the other heroes. I think these item buildups on RRL and on Ush are actually fine, but really the big hurting point is like TA Daedalus over BKB. I tried to justify it, but really it feels like a necessity in this specific matchup. Just because the silences are kind of ruining you, and none of your sports can really save you from the silence itself. And they're still grouping up outside, and they want to stall out.
Oh, wow. I'm going to copy that ward from Duster. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's a good spot. Sneaky spot to plop it down as well. Not within range of that sentry right by the crystals. So you get max value there.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, lucky. All right. Everyone take a note of that one. Everyone who's watching, do that in your pubs. Well done. Free MMR right there. But yeah, I mean, admittedly in that last fight, like, it was kind of like, it was a Wraith King doing most of the damage, but yeah, I think...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know. Double King, he's too good on this hero, man.
Yep. He loves this hero. He's the only guy playing this hero consistently now. So it does make sense that he'd specialize in it, as you'd expect.
Into the middle lane. They do have the Doom coming out, but immediately Duster, every single time, just drops down that ultimate. He wants to try and help out his buddies where he can, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to save the Legion Commander right now. The great timing, actually, is the Doom does end, and they get the kill. The Aegis, it's not there anymore. Warden is going to die in response to this one, as RRL just trying to chase down the Skywrath mage. Skywrath, though, he's going to be all right as he drops down the ultimate, and there's a spell lifesteal coming in, healing him back up again as they look over towards RRL, and they will get the kill. So, Islet controlled up, not really pushing up that high ground there, but that's okay. Buyback on the Legion Commander, by the way, as she manages to jump in the backlines, finds the duel out onto the Templar Assassin. Help needs to come in, and it certainly is. There's the stun, there's the damage. Argus goes down once again. This Templar Assassin cannot play the game. The duel comes through.
Yeah. They clean up. No buybacks on two of those heroes. And they just get another objective. The Double King's got the damage. He's got the Skellies coming out. Creep waves coming in as well. So you don't have to worry about the back door. And they can just widen that advantage now. Ant And they've bled out all off the back of maybe misitemizing, maybe just not playing around this early timing they had, allowing CDUB to find these openings on these really vulnerable cores without the BKBs. And CDUB just does a fantastic job of...
You little medic on the back lines, Double King. I'm gonna throw some spells at him. He's got a reincarnation anyway, though. Not really too bothered. And there comes the medic once again. All right, ultimate from Feeling. Is gonna maybe secure them the 1 kill. Duster, once again, very far forward with these Solar Guardians, and oh my god, there's a damage coming out from the TA, but she'll get the kill and then call it. GG's are done, and that's gonna do it for the series. It is gonna be CDUB turning this game around in a turbulent, crazy, delayed, trash talky, all NA series. It's what we wanted, it's what we got, and what...